Thank you, Mr. Zhang. The consultation section is meant to solicit students' opinions on the policy address. As students, this is our golden opportunity to express our views and give suggestions on Hong Kong's public issues.
We are citizens of Hong Kong. It's our responsibility to try our utmost to make Hong Kong a better place to live. Students are part of the community. We hope to give our opinions on different aspects of life so that Mr. Zhang will know our side of the story.
Let's move on to the next section. It's time for you to express your views on the policy address. Please raise your hand if you want to voice your sentiments. There will be student helpers passing the mic to you.
To make it easier, we will divide the auditorium into 3 regions. Students sitting on my left are in Region A. Students sitting on the balcony are in Region B. And students sitting on my right are in Region C. Just a quick test. Please put up your hand if you're in Region A. Thank you. Please put up your hand if you're in Region B. Thank you. Please put up your hand if you're in Region C. Thank you very much. For each round, we will invite 3 students to express their opinion and followed by Mr. Zhang's response. Okay, so I'll pass the mic to students in Region A now.
So let's start from Region A. Student from Region A, please.
Now, may I ask you, the main purpose of these consultation sessions is for me to listen. This is essentially not a question and answer session. So I want really to listen to your views, rather for you to listen to my answers. But I will be quite happy to make a few remarks after I've heard about 3 questions. Okay? Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chief Executive. I'm Annick Chen from Form 5. First of all, I would like to share a personal experience with you. I have a younger brother. Unfortunately, he is an sufferer of ADHD, 專注不足過度活躍症. He faces a lot of difficulties in his daily life. For example, having bad academic results and poor interpersonal relationship with his classmates. From all of the above, my whole family is under enormous stress all the time. Mr. Zhang, from your 2008 policy address, you mentioned that your government needs to attract talent from all around the world to enhance training, exchanges, and the professional competence of Hong Kong's healthcare personnel. According to the US and European standard, Hong Kong is 16 psychiatrists short. It is more than double of what we have now. There are approximately...
Sorry, you have lost me. You have to speak more slowly.
I'm sorry.
I do not quite grasp the problem of your brother or whatever. Could you slowly speak on this and I know what his problem is?
Maybe I'll repeat it again. I have a younger brother and he is a sufferer of ADHD, 專注不足過度活躍症. He really faced a lot of difficulties, and according to the US and European standard, Hong Kong are 16 psychiatrists short. We need more than double of what we have now, and there are approximately 100,000 children with this problem. My experience tells me that my brother is suffering. Many children are suffering, and all family members are suffering. Starting from the recognition of this problem to treating the patient, there is a time span of at least 2 years. In this period of time, these children lose their most precious childhood recollection. They don't build a firm learning foundation and can't make good friends. Mr. Zhang, these children are equally the master of our future society, as much as the healthy ones. Don't you remember the lovely girl with ADHD you met in Kwun Tong in 2006? At that time, you promised that the government would provide resources and services for children's development. You urged citizens to seek help whenever they come across emotional difficulties. I just hope that this is not just an empty rhetoric. But how about the boy that blew his own hand off with a homemade bomb just a few months ago? He is also an ADHD sufferer. Mr. Zhang, I appeal to you to step up measures to deal with this issue. Firstly, please simplify the procedure to allow these children to receive the earliest treatment. Next, please employ more doctors and psychologists, maybe up to 30, in order to reach the international standards. Last but not least, please educate the public. Teach them how to recognize and treat the ADHD sufferers. Mr. Zhang, will you mention in your coming policy address a more concrete policy and a timetable to appease the pain of these families? Thank you for your attention, and may God bless those less privileged. Thank you.
Now it's the turn for Region B. Student for Region B, please.
Sorry to interrupt. Please speak slower and clearer when you make your speech. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Zhang. It's very nice to see you. I'm Su Lam from Form 2. I'm also a monitress in class. I support strongly your LPG fuel policy that has been implemented on the minibuses and taxis. I think clean fuel is the right direction towards cleaner air, and we should move decisively towards that goal. However, Hong Kong's air is still not clean enough. Hong Kong's air is twice or 3 times more polluted than the air in London, New York, or Los Angeles. And I was shocked to learn that air pollution in Hong Kong causes 3 deaths per day. I'm a keen environmentalist, so may I suggest a few practical solutions to clean up our air? First, promote park and ride schemes to encourage car users to transfer to public transport. But I'm quite disappointed to find that bicycles are not allowed to park outside Cheung Kwan O MTR station. Secondly, in high traffic zones such as Central, Causeway Bay, and Nathan Road, please require and subsidize bus companies to us, like Euro 2 or better buses, to reduce the roadside emission of air pollutants. And also, only allow clean vehicles such as LPG taxis, trams, and better buses access to these areas. Thirdly, further improve public transport networks through more tramlines in electric railways. Fourthly, we can have better land use planning to reduce the need to travel by road, like decentralization of commercial areas and telecommuting. Lastly, may I urge our government to adopt the WHO air quality guidelines rather than a lower local target. I just want to conclude with one thing, that is, the more we start doing today, the better will become tomorrow. Let's count down on the smoggy days. Thank you for your attention, Mr. Zhang.
Let's move to Region C. Student from Region C, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chief Executive. I'm Lauren Cheng, a Form 4 student. First of all, I would like to apologize for my hoarse voice. I've caught a cold. I hope this won't affect the story I'm going to tell you. And this story is about a cleaner. During this period of financial depression...
Sorry, I cannot hear anything from here. It's very blurred. The acoustic is not clear, and I cannot hear many words, in fact, from the other girls upstairs and then here. You have to speak very slowly. If you stand here and sit here, you find it very difficult in listening.